Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about 7 ways to stack the odds in your favor to supersize and grow your business. Our idiom today is stack the odds in your, particularly your, or someone or something's favor. What does that mean? It means that we are setting things up so that we are successful, setting things up to win. We want to make it more likely for us to create what we want in the world, build and supersize our business, or minimize the possibility of us not getting what it is that we want. What are some cool ways? And this idiom, this expression, I'd be surprised if we haven't heard it. And I know I've heard it and used it many, many times before. It's a really common one. I didn't exactly find the origin of it, but I believe it comes from games of chance and playing cards, because odds and probability and statistics play a lot into how do we measure, how do we grow, how do we know, and how do we make sure that the decisions and the choices we're making are probably going to lead to success. I don't think any of us ever set out to fail, at least not on purpose. I think we set out to win and do things that work for us, but they don't always work out. We know that that's the way life is. Some things work out, some things don't. I always think of Effie Trinket from the Hunger Games series, where she says, "May the odds be ever in your favor." Whenever I hear stacked odds, things like that, I think of that quote. It just rolls through my head because she's such an attention-grabbing character, right? If you haven't seen those, I think that the utopian movies are fun to watch, or dystopian movies are fun to watch, because they change our perspective. They give us different ways of looking at things, and we think, hey, what if something strange like that really happened? What if our lives and our businesses and our environments were different? What impact would that have on us? So what are these 7 ways to stack the odds in our favor, to increase our chances of winning and succeeding and supersizing our business? We've talked about all of these before many, many times, and in much greater detail than I'll cover here. But let's just run through a list quick. Number 1, know what you want. What are you creating? What does supersize your business look like to you? What is your goal? What is your big vision of what you're creating with your business? If you don't know that, any business will do, right? Any business will pay the bills, just about anything. But if we know what we want, why we're here, and where we're going, it increases the odds of us getting there probably 1,000-fold, if not more. Never done the statistics or the numbers on that. But I have gone on trips where we didn't have a destination in mind, and wherever we ended up was just fine and okay, and we made it fun. But I've also gone on trips and journeys and adventures where we knew exactly where we were going, and we planned out the whole trip, and that trip was awesome, right? It's hard to have an awesome time if all you're setting yourself up for is a fine time. Number 2, learn from your mistakes. How many times have we talked about this and lessons learned? But double down on the things that work for you. It's amazing to me how many business owners I talk to, and we'll be having a discussion about, strengths and weaknesses of the organization, what's worked, what hasn't. And they'll have had this terrific project or rollout or marketing campaign or new product launch or whatever it is that was awesome, and then they never did it again. Anybody guilty of that? Anybody besides me? We need to take the things that work for us and do them over and over and over again. And for a lot of us entrepreneurs, that feels boring, but that's the exact right thing to do. Because guess what? When we start stacking those wins on top of one another, it isn't boring anymore. It's how we supersize and grow our business. Number 3, create a plan. Got to have a plan. Have I created hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of plans in my life? Yes. Have any of them ever gone 100% according to plan? No, absolutely 0. Some people will argue, well, why should I create a plan if I know that it's not going to work? Because we need a blueprint that helps us know where we're going and helps us communicate with other people where we're going, what we're doing, why we're trying to create, and what it is that we're trying to create in the world. And know that that's just a basis. It's like building the foundation of your house. You wouldn't not build a foundation of your house and just start building the house on top of non-solid ground. A plan is just solid ground, knowing that it's going to change all the time, that we build our business upon. So create a plan and be okay with having to change it and knowing it's not carved in stone. Number 4, Find a confidant. Find accountability partners. Get involved in masterminds. Surround yourself with people that can help push you and help you be a better version of yourself so that you can instill that in your organization. Number 5, got to find ways to measure things. How do we know we're making progress or not? We have to have key performance indicators or key ways or just little ways of knowing we're moving in the right direction or not. Number 6, make it easy on yourself. I don't know, I spent a whole lot of years overcomplicating my life, my businesses, my world, my everything. Why? I don't know. I love the drama, I guess, and the thrill and of unraveling a ton of unnecessary complication and mistakes. So keep it simple. Make it easy on yourselves. Do the things you love to do and let other people do the things to do the rest. There's always going to be things that we hate to do. Let other people do those. My new philosophy. There's going to be things we love to do. Do those things, but only if it makes sense for the stage you are in growing and building and supersizing your business. Number 7, be patient and persistent. Again, and persistence isn't a problem for me. Patience, yeah, that one is. I think so many of us want to go, 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 and we expect instant gratification. That's not really very realistic, is it? So let's be patient with the things. Let's control the things we can control and then be patient with those things that we can't control and go with the flow of those, but be persistent in our focusing on solutions, looking for different ways and alternative ways of doing things. I firmly believe that there's always a more efficient, effective, faster, easier way to do absolutely everything that we do, at least everything that I do. And so my brain is always looking in the background for how can we make this better? How can I improve this? How can I do this easier? How can I automate this? How can I make it automatic? And because of that, I'm always changing how I do things, but they're always getting better, faster, easier, more efficient, and more effective in my life. And number 8, I said there's only 7 things, but I kind of figured because 7's a cool number. 8 is too, but 8, celebrate our victories. Celebrate your victories, the big and the small. And I talked about in this year's annual challenge, because our topic today is everything is rigged in your favor. I talked about, when we set big goals and we never celebrate till we achieve those big goals, how a lot of times we'll feel that letdown because we thought everything would change if we achieve this one thing. Everything will change if I make X amount of money a year. Everything will change if I get this job. Everything will change if I, get this promotion. Everything will change if I create this business. And I won't have any more problems, So many people believe that when they reach a certain income level, they don't have any problems anymore. The truth is, our problems in our life just changes because it's rigged in our favor. Everything is happening to impact our life experience. Even the bad things that happen in our life and in our businesses are there to teach us something. I've had some really bad life and business experiences, but when I look back on them now, I'm like, all right, that's the best thing that could have happened to me in that situation. I had a really, really bad business partner once. And because of that, I got out of that business and dissolved that business and made different decisions and choices about that. I could have gone on to sue this person and go through all the court battles and things, but I chose not to. And, at the time, people thought I was crazy, but I realized that over time, that was the best possible decision for me. It allowed me to take my life in a different direction, as well as not go through and stretch out what was a really crappy situation to make it even longer and more painful. All right, that is our topic today. I would love to know how you stack the odds in your favor of growing and building and supersizing your business. Share in the comments below, and I will be with you tomorrow with another idiom, a business-related idiom, or an idiom related to our annual challenge for No Nonsense November that we can use to supersize and grow our business. Have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow.